This is a tutorial to create kinetic type animation inside of Adobe Animate. Um, and it's kind of an overview, more or less, of the different types of keyframing, motion tweening that you can do. Primarily the classic motion and shape tweens. So we're going to cover that. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get it started. I'm just going to go ahead and click on Create New. Now, I'm just going to make this like it's a slate. A slate is typically something you would see at the beginning of like a movie or a TV show, or at the end of a TV show. Actually, more often at the end of a TV show. But it's just, like it's like the producer or whatever. They just have their stuff written on there. So we're just going to go ahead and let's just do HD 1280 by 720. And let's change the frame rate to 12 because that's what I'm used to. And we're going to go ahead and make this action script 3. So generally these settings should be good. Hit create. And it's going to give us this. Now we can create this, and this could be like a banner for a web page. And in that case, I'd want to switch it to HTML, but we're just going to go ahead and keep this as action script. Okay, so I've got my thing here. I'm just going to go here, and we're going to do fit in window, and that will make it so it actually correct size. But obviously, Control plus and minus also work, just like you would used to, and spacebar and all that. All right, so let's just go ahead and do fit to window. All right. So we have that in there. I'm going to go ahead and just change my stage color just to something slightly off white, just because white is so bright. Most of the time, you never want to go 100% white or 100% black. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm just going to do my name as an example. That should be pretty easy. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on the type tool. And then you need to find a font. So I have the type tool here on the properties tools. Choose the font that you want here. I'm going to go ahead and just do this one here. I already used this earlier, and it should be fine. Choose the size here, spacing. Or is this tracking? Which one is this? So whatever. But it's going to spread. It's going to make the spread, but you actually don't need to change that. The rest of it's fine. This will be the default color. So if you want to change the color of your text, change it here. But what I'm going to do is just click, and I'm going to do C. And you're only going to do one letter at a time, because we're going to make each one of these a separate piece that comes in. So I'm going to go ahead and go like that. And then I'm just going to grab this and pull this as far over as I can. Let's click off. There we go. And then I'm just going to pull this as far over as I can. Good. So there's the C. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to duplicate this. An easy way of doing this is if you hold Alt and click and drag. You can do that. You can also, I'll delete that. You can also have it selected and do Control C. But if you hit Control V, it pastes in the center of your view. If you do this instead, so I'm just going to do Control C. If you do Control Shift V, it actually pastes in place. So that's kind of a handy thing. So anyway, I'm going to put that over here. I'm just going to double click on it, and I'm going to backspace and hit O. And then I'm just going to hold Alt and bring this across. Double click, and we'll do, N. Click off, hold Alt, click and drag. There we go. Double click and boom and E. Okay. So now I've got all my letters. They look fantabulous. What I want to do though is that they're kind of small for this space. So I'm going to grab them all, have the select tool, grab them all. Use the free transform tool. Just going to kind of pull this in here. And we are going to, now unlike Photoshop, where it naturally is proportionate, in here you have to hold shift. Most of the other programs are like that. I don't know why they haven't done that to the rest of them yet. But we'll say that that's good. Okay, so I did that, good. Now, the next thing I want to do is that in order to animate this properly, each one of them have to be on their own layer. So you'll notice that all of them are on layer 1. There's actually a neat little cheat you can do. If you have multiple objects, be them symbols or something like this, like a graphic that you bring in, or text, what I can do is I can grab them all, then right-click over top, and you'll see there is Distribute to Layers. And it's going to automatically create layers. And what's cool is I actually named them like according to what they are. So if these were objects, they would actually have the object names in them, like if it was an image or something. But since it's type, it's just going to go ahead and put them in there. And you can see, so now we've got this all set up. And we are looking pretty good. Now for this, I have 4 letters. I'm going to say it's going to take 1 second for each letter to come in. That way we'll have the entirety of it. Now yours might be a little bit different, but I'm just thinking that's what it's going to be. So if I have, so we'll say it's going to take 1 second for each one, and then we'll have it sit there for 1 second afterwards. So I'm going to say I'm going to have 5 seconds. So what I want to do is I'm just going to extend all of these to 5 seconds. So I'm going to click and drag. So I have all of them selected, and I'm just going to hit F5. if you're on a Mac, and you can hit Function F5, or you can just right click and go to Insert Frame right here. Okay, and now those will be held for 5 seconds, and we are looking good. So I'm going to call that good for this video because we have it kind of set up, and then the next one what we'll do is we'll actually, let's actually save this real quick. So I'm going to save this, and we'll just say, we'll do your last name, Cone, your last name, Kinetic, I can't spell, Kinetic type, anim, like that. And save. Okay, so we'll call this video good, and then the next one we'll do is start animating. I'll start with the C and just work my way over.